So I'm here with Dean Hachamovitch, and you're the
I'm the
general manager of IE9, and so you head up the engineering team behind it?
Yeah, the product team.
So what are you trying to do different with IE9 versus the past IEs and versus other browsers?
With Internet Explorer 9, we're using all of the PC, and we're putting the site at the center of the design. One example of using all the PC is using all the hardware that's available, using all the cores to run JavaScript faster, using the graphics processor in your machine to give sites the ability to just run a lot faster without having to rewrite themselves in any way. We're putting sites at the center of the experience and taking a very different approach in building this browser. We think of IE as the stage or backdrop. And the sites is the star of the show. And our goal was to have the sites shine through. And you see that in IE9 in a variety of ways. You see that in how we quieted the user experience to really have the site popped. Our approach was to use everything around the browser rather than duplicating what's already out there and what people use frequently.
What are some examples of that in terms of specific features that are going to be
being able to pin websites directly to the taskbar, being able to have jump lists show up out of the sites that you've pinned, having the way that the IE frame picks up the colors of the site that you're browsing to, for example, and groups the tabs that you're using. So instead of just having one long list of all the tabs that you have open behind one browser, breaking it out of that box and using everything that you have in the shell experience.
Right. So a lot of browsers now, it seems that they're kind of requiring sites to write to specific browsers, and we're getting a fragmentation again.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything to try and get back to a unified web?
Yeah. So absolutely. We think about this in terms of same markup. Developers should be able to write the same markup and have it work across multiple browsers. That has to be where the web goes. That's at the essence of the web. Our approach is to work very closely with the standards bodies and build the most standards compliant browser we can. Part of that involves test suites, and we work with the standards bodies and other browser vendors to create a suite of really hardcore engineering tests to make sure that all browsers really do behave the same way. And we've blogged extensively to developers on how to do feature detection, not browser detection, because we want all the sites to work with all the browsers.
And how much faster exactly is IE9 versus other browsers, versus Chrome or Safari?
I think the technical description is a lot, and it really depends on which site and how it was written. We've got, I don't have a broad answer basically, because it really does come down to how the site was authored and which technologies they used and how.
In terms of benchmark tests like the spider test?
Oh, so there are a bunch of fun benchmark tests. I think that a lot of people talk about a JavaScript benchmark like WebKit SunSpider. Fishmarks is a really great one. Fishmarks is the how many fish in your aquarium can swim around at what frames per second. And by the Fishmarks benchmark, IE is I think many times faster than the other browsers in terms of how many fish can swim around.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks.